If you could, on your way back, grab me a Fresca, I'd really appreciate it. No, thank you, just the Fresca. Oh, welcome back. It's me, Gazbot, and it's time for another one of Gazbot's Toy Shots. That's right, Gazbot's Toy Shots, the show where I, Gazbot, tell you about my toy collectible plaything acquisition adventure, a Go-Go's. What do we got first? Well, I'm going to show you part of a bigger thing. What is this? This is Power Rangers Super Mega Force Legendary Key Packs. These are Power Ranger keys. These are the American version. I have had the Japanese version on here before. These are the American. Now, the American line was theoretically done about a year, 2 years ago, and then these came out. And you can see you get 3 keys per pack, and the retail is about $8.99 if I remember correctly. Sometimes you get them a little cheaper, sometimes they charge a little bit more. I have all the old keys that have come out before this line, and I did not pay retail for all of them. There was a lot of buy 2, get 1 free, 50% off, oh, it's, $4 at a Ross, things like that. I paid retail for all of these, and I think there were 9 packs or 10 packs, so I definitely plunked a lot of money down on these. Why? Well, because I'm a sucker and I'm a collector and I have that mentality, and I want to finish my set. I have all the others, but I needed these. And it's not just a matter of wanting a few more characters. The way they did it, teams were missing members, key members. They're missing a green, they're missing a blue, and it's you want the whole team. So Bandai America apparently thought they were done. This has kind of been reported in a few different places at different toy shows where they're like, yeah, well, we're done. Everybody got all the keys. And then the fans are like, wait, what do you mean all the keys? Like, there are major members of main teams that were never made into keys. And Bandai's like, what do you mean? Oh, you're right. So then like a year later, they made them and sold them. And we're like, here, now give us your money. And I'm like, well, fine, here's my money. And it's stupid because the retail is more money than you should. You're paying like $3 a piece for a little piece of plastic, which is ridiculous, but I'm a chump and a sucker, and I did it just like a lot of other people did and will. What makes it worse, I commend them for making them. So it's like kind of like, thanks, you did the right thing, you made them. But they also did it in the most greedy, money-hungry way possible. I understand they need to reuse molds, and there are certain characters they didn't do, probably because they had to do too much changing and whatever, where it's a lot easier to just do, a character from Turbo, like for example, Turbo Yellow here we needed. It's probably a lot easier to make a yellow Turbo out of a red that they already had than create a whole new one. But in doing this, they gave us Phantom Ranger and Red as translucents. Now, technically those are new keys because they're translucent instead of plain, but we had these keys before. So if you've been collecting the whole teams and collecting all the keys like I have and like many other have, I have 2 of the 3 keys. So I just paid $9 for 1 key. Now these will go up on the shelf, they'll go in my collection, but I don't care, I didn't need them. If they had taken 3 keys that were new and put them in 1 pack, I would be extolling the virtues of Bandai as like, this is great customer service. What we have here is okay customer service, and that they're servicing a need, but they're also exploiting the needs of the collectors. Now, why did I choose these 2 packs to show you? Well, not everyone is a crazy collector like me that's going to get every single one in the line, but if you're kind of a Power Rangers fan, or if you like kind of unique things, the reason I'm showing you these 2, and especially this one, which is the Lightspeed Rescue Pack, and because of this gentleman here, and here, haha, backwards. That is the Titanium Ranger, which was the 6th Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue. For those not familiar with the kind of Sentai Power Rangers formula, it's very common to have a team of 3 or 5 be in the show for a while, and then like halfway through the show, a new Ranger shows up. Traditionally, they're referred to as the 6th Ranger because that's usually what they are. And they have a slightly different power set and things like that. He was the 6th Ranger for Lightspeed Rescue. I haven't even watched that season. I just am aware of this because of the lore. But he was American only. He was a character that did not exist in the Japanese Sentai. The suit was created by, I believe it was Plex? I forget the name of the company, but the same company that makes the suits for Sentai. The Americans reached out and said, hey, we want this Ranger suit, and they made it. So it fit right in, but it didn't exist in Japan. That being said, that means that there is no corresponding Japanese Ranger key, which means the only way to get a key of this character is to get the American set. Now, the fact they've released it here is great because previously it was only available as a Power Morphicon exclusive that was very limited and only a few people got it, and it was like a $25 set that now goes for like $150. And I think there was also a contest you can get him in, but again, good luck winning a contest a couple years ago and being one of those people. So this is the first time he has actually been readily available in these sets. So you're going to have people trying to complete their sets, and you're going to have people just grabbing it just for him. So if you are just looking for like the one set to get to put in your Power Rangers collection or the one interesting, unique toy, Titanium Ranger. Similarly, but not quite as bad, is Phantom Ranger, who's the black one right here. Now, Phantom Ranger has been released before, but he's already out of print, so this is sort of a second chance to get him. This, again, is technically, I think he's translucent and slightly metallic. Looks pretty much like the original one, just like this one is also translucent so that the exclusives could still remain quote-unquote exclusive, but because he's a metallic figure, the translucent doesn't affect it that much. The reason I also recommend is similar to Titanium Ranger. He did exist in the Japanese counterpart, but he was a throwaway character in one episode. He wasn't like a full-on Six Ranger like he was in Turbo, which is what he's from, where they did a lot more American footage and made him a full-on Sixth Ranger. So once again, no Ranger key in Japan. Both of these are American only. This one is the first time it's been available as a mass market thing. So those are the two I would say to check out if you're interested at all in this new wave. What's next? Well, we have more Black Series Star Wars. 6-inch, 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 6-inch. Why? I don't know. These are two characters from the first wave of figures that came out before the movie. Finn especially has been around forever. Actually, that's the Stormtrooper. Haha. Finn especially has been around since the beginning. Since before the movie came out, he's still around. You go to any store that has Black Series, there's a 99% chance they're going to have a couple Finns sticking around, which I don't think is anything against the character or the actor, because most people like him, myself included. I think he's great, the character's great, the actor's great, but this figure is just kind of boring. He didn't come with the lightsaber that Finn used. He is just sort of wearing the jacket and has a black outfit and a gun. The likeness is okay, but not outstanding of John Boyega. And the fact that he's so readily available, there was no like rush to get him. Now, it's getting to the point where they're going to start to be out of print, and again, he'll still probably be kicking around, but I saw him on Amazon, new in the box, free shipping, for $9.50. So I got him. These retail for $20. So less than half price, shipped to my door, fine. He'll go in my collection. I already have the Finn in Stormtrooper gear, which I prefer, but you know, maybe I'll put the helmet on, he goes in my collection. You know, maybe down the line I'll decide to get rid of him, but for half price, I didn't want to regret it later if he goes up in price or I'm unable to get him, because that's kind of what happened with me with Rey, where I passed on her because I wasn't going to collect the 6-inch line, and now she's become a little bit more difficult to get. The Stormtrooper, you don't see around as much as Finn, but and this is the First Order Stormtrooper. You can tell by the face and the gun primarily from the Force Awakens, and they're certainly not rare, barely even uncommon, but my suspicion is that people are troop building, so that's why you don't see them as much. I got this on Amazon for $15. Now this one wasn't new mint in the box. You can see the sticker here, inspected Amazon warehouse. It's a subsection on Amazon that the big dog, my friend, told me about, fellow toy collector, where they have things that the box has been crushed and it's been open to look at for some reason. They're still new, they're still in the box, but they're just not perfect. You know, it's the kind of thing where you might not want to send it as a gift to somebody because it's all smashed up, but if you're getting it for yourself, who cares if the box is smashed up? I mean, you might, I don't. I'm gonna open them up and put them on my shelf. So $5 less for a box that's been like, and it's not even smashed up, it's just got, you know, some tape off, whatever, big deal. So $15, $5 less than retail, $9.50, $10.50 less than retail. Both of these, good jobs. Black Series continuing. Okay, for the final thing, this is from the current, well, no, the last Sentai, Ninja, which again, Sentai becomes Power Rangers. This has not become Power Rangers yet, but I suspect strongly, based on things I see online, it will be the next season of Power Rangers. Right now, it's Dino Charge, and in Japan, the one after what was Dino Charge Kyoryuger was Tokyuger, which was a train-based one, but from what I've heard, they're gonna skip the train-based one and go right to this one, which is a ninja-based one, hence Ninja. That being said, in Japan, they've already moved on and they're doing the next one after Ninja. And this is from the last season. This is the morphing device, henshin device of the 6th Ranger. As I said, usually there's a team of X amount of Rangers and they get a 6th one. In this case, it's a ninja-based team, and then at some point, they get a new member who is an American. He's Japanese, but he's Japanese-American. And his whole gimmick, instead of being a ninja, he's a cowboy. He's like a ninja cowboy. He has a cowboy hat and everything. He's crazy. And to go along with that theme, his morpher, his henshin device, hamburger, It's the hamburger morpher. I don't know what they're going to call it in America. I mean, maybe they'll just call it the hamburger morpher, or maybe they'll give him something different. I don't know, because it's very comedic. It's very playing up on American stereotypes that he's this cowboy that eats hamburgers, and, you know, it's super goofy and kind of stupid. And I thought it was like, oh man, how are they going to make that work on a ninja team, you know? But I kind of love it too, because I love campy stuff. And it's one of those weird things where, like, I'm American. I like this stuff. I like seeing an American, you know, ranger on the Sentai team. I'm a cowboy that eats hamburgers, even though I live in the suburbs and I'm a vegetarian. Sure, that's me, you know, like. And Q had mentioned that she saw this on sale on Amazon, American Amazon, for something like 12 bucks. And I was like, no, that seems dumb, whatever. But then I realized, no, I'm dumb. This is something I'm going to enjoy. Went to buy it, I paid 16. This is new in the box, through Amazon, free shipping. 16, a little bit more than the 12, but that's still like half or less of what it retailed for, which is 30, you know, something. And the reason for that, I suspect, is a trend I've noticed that I may have mentioned before. Japanese shows like Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, things like that seem to go through a cycle where they're expensive, they're new, kids are buying them, maybe some adult collectors are buying them, the show's on, show goes off, the next season of the show starts, and they switch teams and characters every season in Japan. It's not like here where it's the same thing over and over again. When it's no longer new, and it has yet to get old enough to become a collector's item, you could get a lot of the toys, the henshin devices, things like that, for half price or less, still new in the box. And for whatever reason, Japan America has been picking up a lot of these, which is great, because I have an Amazon Prime account, so I've been able to get a few things like this for super cheap, brand new in the box. And it's sort of like I'm late to the Japanese party, but I'm early to the American party, because we don't have the Ninja on TV, and I'm getting Ninja merchandise. All that aside, what's so great about a hamburger? It's kind of a goofy thing. Here's what's so great. The gimmick for the teams is Ninja Star. See this? It's like a Ninja Star. It's the cheese, but it's a Ninja Star. So all their weapons and everything are powered by it, and their transformation henshin devices is in the sword. They put the star in and spin it, and it's like firepower, go, you know. But for the American, oh no. For the American, first let me activate it. Star Ninja Shuriken. He's Star Ninja is his name, and you can see he's got his picture on there, and this lights up if I press it again. Actually, I gotta click it. So it's got the light and the sound in here, and this seems to be common of this line, that this is just a plastic hunk, but there's buttons and switches and things that get triggered by the device. So I put it in, and then there's an idle warm-up. Now, what he's saying there is the change, but that's the thing, he's an American, so it's all in English, but with a heavy Japanese accent. So he's saying the change, but he's like, the change! And then when it's time to go, we spin. So it's got a fun little bluegrassy country twang dance. And I think it says something like the ninja, and then at the end it's like, wow! So it's supposed to, again, be very American, very parody of our culture, which I find charming. You could also do it the other way, have it closed, and then it'll still work. And you can see the lights going through the clear top. And it's amazing, and I love it. So, anyway, I've talked enough about things that are toys. So I'm going to call it quits for this time on Gazbot's Toy Shots. Oh, I am a cowboy. Guys, I am a cowboy. I'm going to dance my way out. I just recorded this whole episode. But the mic was on the floor. You see, I recorded this whole episode, but the mic was down there, so it sounded bad. What I should have done was attached it to here, my lapel, my t-shirt lapel.